Star Wars Squadrons released onto PC VR and PS4 using the OG PSVR almost 5 years ago. For me, it was a childhood dream come true to step into the fully realised cockpit of the iconic ships from this much loved franchise. In fact, in my original review, way back in 2020, I actually lost my shit sitting in the seat of a TIE fighter, looking out over the Imperial fleet assembled in front of me. Unfortunately, the developers Motive Games and Electronics Arts, boo, who published the game, put out a few balancing updates in 2021, then left the game to flounder, lost in space, which is criminal in my view. So I'm going to talk about why this 5-year-old game still deserves your attention, and I have a call to action for all you Star Wars fans out there, so please stay till the end for that. As of writing this, the multiplayer servers are still active, or you can take part in the less taxing but no less fun unranked matches against AI, but I will be concentrating on the single player campaign, as that is where I've spent most of my time playing. The story. Can two pilots shape the balance of power in the galaxy? Alderaan has been destroyed by the Death Star. The survivors make a desperate attempt to flee from the clutches of the Empire, but they are relentlessly pursued by the Imperial Navy, headed by Captain Lyndon Javez and the TIE fighters of Helix Squadron. His orders are to eliminate the remaining refugees who are fleeing to Fostar Haven and potential safety. Disgusted by this ruthless order, Javez turns against his own squadron and helps the rebel fighters and refugees to secure an escape route. After the fight, Captain Javez joins the rebellion and turns his back on his former comrades. 4 years later, after the Battle of Endor and the destruction of the second Death Star, the Empire is on the brink of defeat. The rebellion has established a new republic and are attempting to wipe the evil Imperials from the galaxy. Javez is now the leader of Vanguard Squadron, an elite unit of ace pilots from across the galaxy. Based on the Temperance, a New Republic cruiser, leading a secret project known only as Starhawk, they are tasked with capturing the Victorum, a disabled Imperial Star Destroyer caught in the gravity well of the planet Yavin Prime. The Imperials have a different plan, headed by Titan Squadron, led by Javez's former protege, Captain Teresa Carroll. Her squadron are tasked with uncovering exactly what the secret of Project Starhawk is, then destroying it, thus wiping out the threat to her beloved Empire. Cue a breathless, epic struggle against the odds as you take the side of the elite New Republic Vanguard Squad and the Imperial Navy's finest pilots in Titan Squad. In space, no one can hear a TIE fighter scream because sound has no medium to move through, and that's a fact. The gameplay. Star Wars Squadrons is a space combat game interspersed with cutscenes and dialogue with your various teammates. Most of your time will be spent piloting a raft of iconic vessels from the Star Wars universe, including the New Republic side, the imaginatively named X-Wing, Y-Wing, B-Wing and A-Wing. On the Imperial side, you will pilot TIE fighters, TIE interceptors and the awesome titled TIE Reaper. The controls initially seemed simple enough. I used a Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS to play, but you can also use a controller or keyboard. As the game progresses though, you will learn how to balance weapons, engines and shields in combat, plus missiles, repairs and countermeasures. This changes the combat from a turning war into something far more nuanced. Got a TIE fighter on your tail? Put full power to your rear shields and balance your throttle to turn more quickly. On the tail of your enemy, throw full power to your lasers and cause maximum damage. As you become more adept at the subtleties of space combat, your skills as a pilot increase and you become more lethal in a dogfight. The learning curve is steep, but deeply rewarding. Plus, there are a raft of unlockable skins, ornaments, weapons and shield upgrades to make you even more powerful in a dogfight. If you are a Star Wars fan, whether on the side of light or dark, the devs have nailed the feel, atmosphere and look of these iconic crafts. The graphics. Flying in to attack the Star Destroyer Victorum, trapped in the gravity well of the planet Yavin Prime, is just jaw-dropping in its scale and beauty. TIE fighters rain laser shots at you, the Star Destroyer's turrets pour fire in your direction as you desperately manoeuvre to take out the vital targeting scanners so that Republican troops can board the vessel and take control of the bridge. The massive, intimidating ship, surrounded by purple and red clouds of gas, as the sun reflects off the hulls of all the ships darting around, is spectacular. There are no more words to describe it. It could be straight out of a Star Wars movie, but you are the star of the show and it looks glorious. chasing an Imperial shuttle through the debris of a previous battle, to assaulting giant starships defended by swarms of fighters. There are just so many eye-watering spectacles that it's hard to just pick one out. Even 5 years after launch, Star Wars Squadrons looks incredible from all angles. The cutscenes are well animated with a choice to interact with your wingmates, but if you just want to get back into the action, these can all be skipped. If I had to describe Star Wars Squadrons graphics in one word, that word would be glorious. The audio. I keep using the word iconic here, but it really is the only description available. TIE fighters screech past, laser shots sound authentic, the dialogue is in keeping with the lore of the Star Wars universe. There are even some great cameos from famous characters from the original and best series of films. So here's the thing, if you're expecting a sweeping John Williams score from this game, then you won't be disappointed. The soundtrack is faithful to the films, even down to the da 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 as the evil Imperials swoop into action. The audio is a treat for Star Wars fans. My channel is on the way to 20,000 subscribers, so please hit the like button. The algorithm loves the likes. And please consider subscribing and joining my channel membership for extra bonuses. Thanks. The conclusion. Motive Games, the developers of Star Wars Squadrons, clearly have a deep love for the franchise. The attention to detail in almost everything in the game is top-notch. From the dialogue, to the music, to the sound of combat, to the iconic fighters involved. It is all done with a spit and polish that defies the game's 5-year-old roots. If you are a fan, you will love this game. If you love a good dogfight in space, you will love this game. If you are a gamer who doesn't know anything about Star Wars, firstly, where have you been hiding? And secondly, you will also love this game. This isn't just a good Star Wars game. This is a great video game that deserves to be recognised and applauded. Thanks for staying to the end of this video. So here is my call to action. Star Wars Squadrons is currently available on Steam in flat screen or VR, and the OG PSVR via a PS4. Why has Sony not ported this game to its new PSVR 2? It seems like a massive oversight, especially after the huge price drop and subsequent spike in sales of the headset. So, with Star Wars Day on May the 4th, I am releasing this video on that day, and I want all of you to get on your social medias, whatever that may be, and demand that EA and Motive Games bring this gem back to life. Let's hashtag these mofos into bringing Star Wars Squadrons to the PSVR 2. Do it, people. Oh, just for information, if you don't have a PSVR and want to play on PC, the game is currently 85% off in the Steam sale and at just £5.24. So even if you don't petition for the remake, please go and buy the game and play it now. You won't regret it. Well, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button. The algorithm loves the likes. If you love this content, please subscribe and join my channel membership like these lovely people did. You get custom badges, emojis, and early access to most of my content. If you want to watch more content from me, please click here or here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.